Sure.
Our today's guest is a certified financial planner and MBA in financial strategies and wealth planner. With over 17 years of experience, she is well positioned to provide complete financial solutions that help individuals to create and manage wealth through responsible investing and tax solutions. A speaker at leading businesses, schools, and corporate houses. She has more than 600 investors awareness workshops to her credit. With a constant perseverance, she has helped the company evolve and be the future ready while keeping the ethos intact. Anupama ji, welcome to my show.
Thank you so much, Anu, for inviting me. It's a great pleasure being here.
Same here. So Anupama ji, the very first question that I have for you is, we see a very few women professionals in the world of finance, right? And I believe you were a teacher before. So you decided to choose to be a certified financial planner. So I'm super curious to know, what motivated you to choose this path.
Yeah, you're right, Anu. Actually, I was a teacher for more than 14 years. My husband is an ex-army officer. And while we were posted to all these remote places, this was the best profession that I could choose, even though my interest lied where what I'm doing today. So while we were posted at different places, one challenge that we faced was that, like, where do we invest? There was hardly any access to any good investment advice. And basically, we were like, we ended up with very staggered or scattered kind of investments, which turned out to be not so good for us.
Yeah,
Also, being in the army, you will appreciate that, there were mishaps were very common, and we could see many young widows who had lost their
absolutely.
husbands, and they were like totally clueless about how to handle their money.
Hmm.
So this really motivated me that I must do something, about this. I got an opportunity. I did my MBA about 17 years ago, at the age of 40. And then I got posted, my husband got posted to Delhi, and I could get an opportunity to do what I wanted. So here I am, and I love doing this job because I can help so many people.
Awesome, awesome. And that's really very, very inspiring. Uh, so the second question we have for you is, in the landscape of responsible investing, what
Mhm.
trends or strategies do you find most crucial for individuals aiming to create and manage a wealth sustainability?
So see, when we talk about responsible investing, we are
Mm,
actually talking about that whenever you put your money to work, it should be done with a little bit of mindfulness. Now,
mm,
generally, when people invest, they will do on hot tips like this share is good or that mutual fund is good, or they will invest into some kind of an insurance plan. I'm quite surprised that many people would also become asset rich and cash poor. So, no liquidity, right?
mm,
So, when we talk about responsibility, I think money is very important. It helps us to lead better lives and for our families also. So, the main criteria when you choose an investment and you have this responsibility is to
mm,
do something which is good for you, which is suitable to you, right?
mm. Yeah.
Second, today, many things are there. Like when we invest, one responsibility, as I said, is for your towards your family. The second is that, in the environment, so much we can do for the environment. So there is something which is catching on very fast as ESG. Okay,
Mm,
that is environment, social, society, and governance. So when
mm.
we invest, we should be keeping these two things in mind first for ourselves, and then what we can do something which is legal, which is for the betterment of the society.
Hmm.
So if we
So,
do that, it will be sustainable.
right. So, Anupama ji, like you mentioned, right, your inspiration behind coming to this field was to educate women because to
Mhm.
have that financial stability, right? Even we are in the world of 2023, but I see that most of the women are completely dependent on their spouses when it comes to a financial decision, right? And as you beautifully said, that when the mishap happens, women are clueless. They really don't know what to do next, right? So I mean, what is that one, push from your side for women to get educated, and in terms of finances, what advice would you like to give it to the people, and how important it is for women to have that financial stability?
So see, again, we as women, we might today, due to the societal changes or how the society is, yes, you're right that we hesitate to take financial decisions. But we need to remember a few things. Number one, we live longer than men. We have a longer lifespan, right?
Yeah.
So, which means we might be left alone for longer and we have to fend for ourselves. So, we have to plan for our retirement too. Second, we take, breaks very often. So because of which we pass off promotions, salary raises, we take breaks to bring up children. Maybe there is an old family member who needs our assistance. So we keep taking breaks, right? So that compromises again on our earning capacity. So the need for a women to be financially independent is very important. And of course, as you said, mishap ho sakta hai, separation ho sakta hai. So like, how does a woman take care of herself? How does she secure herself? Now, as far as the question of that, like why we are not doing it, why do we hesitate? Just on the lighter side, do you remember your grandmother, your mother putting aside some money from the family budget for an emergency? I'm sure you do.
Absolutely, yes,
Yeah?
yes.
As women, we have always understood the importance of this emergency money saving up for our children's future. And to be very honest, we are better than men because we are more stable. We think and act, right?
Yes.
So everything is going for us, but yet we are not taking that step. So I think two things to all the women watchers, all the women listeners. One, go out and take responsibility. Don't blame anybody else, right? So for that, identify where you can ask the right questions. And second, once you've taken a responsibility to take care of yourself, do stick to it. So just two very simple things. And I'm sure it should be like done.
Right. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so the other question that comes to my mind is, with your extensive background in conducting investor awareness workshop, right? What are some common misconceptions or challenges you have observed during your workshop among the individuals when it comes to a financial planning?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. So see, people like all of us, whenever we buy a dress, anything, we buy clothes, we buy shoes, even when we check out a restaurant, to go out and have a meal with our family. We do so much of research. We look at Zomato, we look at Amazon, and so many things, right? We see the reviews. But when it comes to investing, we do not do so much research. We rather ask somebody or we look at someone else who has made a little bit of money and we say, okay, this looks good, I should go here, right? So in most of these awareness programs which we do, the basic aim is to educate people, empower them so that they can take good decisions about their own money. But surprisingly, the only major question or usual question that is asked to me is, madam, can you tell me a good share? Can you tell me a good mutual fund where I can put a money? So they're all looking at a winner. But it doesn't work like that.
Absolutely.
Financial planning is more wholesome, and that is what I try to teach them. It involves tax planning, it involves investment, it involves cash flow planning, and last but not the least, your transmission of your assets or estate planning. So unless people look at it as a wholesome manner, it will not be beneficial. So that is what I try to push across, that please learn that to take your finances in a wholesome manner.
Great, great. So Anupama ji, as a speaker at Leading Businesses School, right? What key principles do you emphasize to the next generation of financial professionals, and how do you see the financial industry evolving in coming years?
So see, Anu, this financial industry is evolving very fast, changing so fast, but it is still in a nascent stage. Do you know that almost 95% of investors' money in India, at least, is locked up in small savings or FDs? Now, with Modi ji's, the current government's plan to touch the 5 trillion economy, I'm sure that these 95% may say some people would definitely move towards the more equity markets or financial instruments, right?
True. Yeah.
So imagine the kind of potential that it presents to these financial professionals who are upcoming. Okay, so there is so much of opportunity not only for investors but for them as well. But then, as I said, just like any industry, it is AI based, data analytics, everything is also part of the financial industry today. So, obviously, the young professionals need to be technologically proficient. They need to have a continuous learning process, right?
Right.
Plus, very important, which I also swear by, is having an ethical conduct and client centric approach. So, unless they are going to adopt these things, they will miss out the bus. So, for financial professionals, in a nutshell, unless they adopt these strategies and keep time with the place, they are definitely going to be reaping a lot of dividends. Right?
Right. Yeah. So, could you share any success stories where your strategic financial advice has made a very significant or positive impact on your clients' life to improve their financial well-being?
Yeah, Anu, there have been a lot of such moments when I felt really thankful to God to be in the right place. As I said, I took up this profession because I was really passionate about it. Women was something, education was something which was prime. So there's one case that I do remember. There was this, young Air Force officer's wife. Unfortunately, her husband died in an air crash. She had an 8-year-old boy. And though her husband had done investments, but they were like without a strategy, they were scattered all over the place. And a lot of advice was coming her way. Like, you can do this, you can do that, put it into a property. Now she was worried, and she was really worried that, it should not fall into the wrong hands. She should be able to invest it for her son's future. So what I did is that we took stock of her current whatever investments were there. We took stock of her goals, which was to educate her son, which would be around 10 years later from then. So I put that, we worked out a strategy, took care of her cash flows, and also planned for the future. Now, jab she could be confident that my cash flows are being taken care of and everything is being like set up for my son, she could focus wholeheartedly on bringing him up. And today, just about 2 years ago, this boy has turned 18. He's joined a very good engineering college, and I'm so happy that she could use that money to pay off the fees.
Wow.
So these are the kind of satisfaction levels that one can achieve, and I really hold that woman very dear because I can see it that what we tried to do has paid her dividends.
Absolutely. Lovely, lovely. So Anupama ji, we are going to have a very rapid fire questions for you. Okay.
Okay.
And we want you to answer them rapidly. Your
Sure.
top financial tip for beginners.
Okay. Identify your needs first. Remember that there is high risk means high returns. Understand the investment that you're doing.
The best financial advice you have ever received.
All right. Best financial advice. Take care of your money.
Awesome. A money myth you wish everyone would forget.
That equity gives you good returns always.
Awesome. Most memorable moment of from your workshop.
When there was one woman who had a small child, and she was very upset because her husband was not listening to her and not doing anything for the child. I spoke to the husband, and the response was amazing. This man said that nobody ever talked to me like that. So that was a very interesting thing, and it really left an impression.
Great. Favorite finances book you would like to recommend?
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Awesome. That is one of my favorite too. If finances were a movie, what would be its title be?
What would its title be? If finance was a movie, you mean?
Yeah.
Difficult one.
All right. Changing the
Not feeling
question.
too creative right now.
No problem. Uh, your current favorite responsible investment trend.
Investing towards ESG, that is
Okay,
the environment, society, and governance.
great. Describe your financial approach in 3 words.
Client centric,
Awesome.
being practical, need based.
Great. Your go-to financial quote.
Money will work only if you allow. Okay, quote you want. This is my personal thought that I was going to say. All right. Warren Buffett has says something which I really resonate with. He says, if you spend more than you can earn, you're not going to be left with anything to actually spend. So you should save.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for answering these questions.
Yeah, no,
Jump,
pleasure.
jumping on to the other question. Given the dynamic nature of tax regulations, how
Mm-hmm.
do you help your clients to navigate the complexities of the tax solutions while ensuring a long-term financial goals are also met?
Okay. Yeah, see, so we keep ourselves abreast with the latest tax structures, whatever changes are happening. See, I believe that investing is very easy, but wealth creation is not. Actually, that should be my best quote. You asked me that. So investing is easy, wealth creation is not. So what people do is generally they invest and they get out of it. They lose money to taxes and expenses, brokerages, and all that, right? So I believe that when you are on track to meet your financial goal, you should be careful. Balancing and review is important, but it should be done while being mindful about the tax also, tax outgo. So we take care of that with our clients. Whenever we do that, we see that how they can also manage the taxes. And in the end, this helps them to meet their goals because they are not losing out money.
Right. Okay. Uh, the other question is, in your opinion, what are some overlooked aspects of wealth planning that individuals often neglect? And how can they address these blind spots in their financial strategies?
Okay, generally, as I've already pointed out, the only thing that an individual should not neglect is his own needs. So the needs are most important. All investments are good, but which one is suitable for a person? Say, for example, an equity is good for people with high risk, who can take high risk, and their goals are long term. Debt, on the other hand, is vice versa, right? So choosing a wrong investment can leave you away from your goals, will not make your life so comfortable, and then you will end up saying, okay, this investment was not good, and I guess you will actually end up losing money. So this is one thing which people should not ignore is their needs. Second thing is, none of us are immortal. So we should remember that to make a will, and that is something as Indians we always neglect. So this is one of the most financially important decisions that everyone needs to make a will. So these are the two things that I think.
Awesome, awesome. Uh, the other question is, as someone who has witnessed the evolution of the financial landscape, right? How do you keep yourself and your company future ready while maintaining core values and ethos?
That's really important, Anu, and very good question again. I really like that. So see, to be future ready in our company, as I said, that firstly, we are very much focused on being client centric. And this percolates down to the smallest member of my team. Okay. Uh, Apart from that, what we really would want to do for our clients is that, in my company, we keep abreast with whatever is changing. We keep track of whatever the latest strategies, the compliances, so that we are keeping in mind. We are also 100% online. So digitally, we have adopted technology in a big way. I know that the future lies there. So most of our research is AI based, and also the human touch comes in there. The processes are completely technology driven, digital driven. So this is how we are like trying to keep pace with whatever has got to happen, because I think in future, this is what the two important things are: creating a trustworthy environment for my clients, which would only come through ethical advising, and also be digitally or technologically ready.
Lovely, lovely. All right. So for listeners who might be very new to the responsible investing, right? What practical steps or advice would you like to offer to help them get started on the path towards financial sustainability?
Okay. Number one, identify your needs. Then look at an investment option. Don't only do your research, then choose the investment option, but also don't forget to review it. Remember, there are no free lunches. So in financial field, anything which is coming freebies are not feasible, should be avoided like the plague. So remember these things. Many people fall prey to these, what I said. Many people also take higher risk than they can, to get higher returns. They chase returns, like they're chasing cryptocurrency, they're chasing futures and options. So they might lose more money. So as beginners, keep all these things in mind, and you will never lose.
Great. Uh, so with over 600 investors awareness workshops you have already done, and you have interacted with a diverse audience out there. So what are some common financial goals or aspirations that you have found universally resonate with the individuals, regardless of their background or any financial standpoint for that matter?
Yeah. So on a lighter side, everybody wants to be wealthy, wants to create wealth,
Yes.
right? They all want to retire early, retire rich. So that's on the lighter side, but it's true.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I've seen that generally people are very worried about their children. If they have children, they are worried about that. If they don't, then they are wanting to plan out vacations, live the alpha life, have all the white goods, really have a good house. So for everything, you need money. So this is what generally people talk about. And I tell them that, you are asking, it's a tall order, because most of the investors are asking for some investment option, which can generate good returns, be tax efficient, protect their capital, take care of their cash flows. So I tell them it's a tall order. So it's not possible from one investment. But if you have a strategy or a basket of complementary investments, then it is very much possible. So they ask me this question and we throw back that at them, that this is what you need to do. You need to sit down and take some pains for it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Anupama ji, what is that one habit has been a game changer for you in person?
See, I have consistently been talking about wholesome, and that is what mantra which drives me. I balance out my life completely. I am not a workaholic. I work and I also swim. I also do yoga. I love cooking. I love spending time with my family and friends. So I try to create a balance. I may not be very successful right now, but I'm working towards it. So that's the mantra that I follow. That one should have a balanced approach to everything, whether it is life or it is investments.
Absolutely, absolutely. What is that one piece of advice for the women out there who are still not taking a courage towards the financial learnings, right? So what advice would you like to share with those women out?
Go out there. It's not so difficult. Learn. Empower yourself with knowledge. There are many people like me who have taken this initiative. They are taking very focused workshops just for women. We understand that many times we hesitate that if we ask a particular question, if women ask a particular question, they might be made fun of. That abhi itna bhi nahi pata. So don't hesitate. It doesn't matter. Men also have these kind of concerns. When you go out, if you're a mother, when you go out with your daughter, do discuss finance also. Don't only discuss clothes. When you go out with your friends, be part of groups where you are talking a little about what is happening in the world. Men also haven't learned everything and come. They also discuss. That is how they know. So just go out there and learn. It's not so difficult.
Awesome, awesome. So, Anupama ji, thank you so much for coming on my show and sharing your valuable time with us. It was privilege to have you today and learn so many aspects of, financial terms. So, thank you once again.
Yeah, Anu, thank you so much. It was my pleasure too. If you permit me, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
So, Anu, I'm seeing you and I've been watching your, work. What motivates you? You are doing such an amazing, awesome work. What motivates you to like go out there and find out people? I know I'm quite impressed the way you reached me out. So, what motivates you?
So, there's a story behind this motivation actually. Back in
Mm-hmm.
2019, where I was at a very peak of my career, I lost my job. And
Oh.
I mean, it was a tragedy kind of. I received my increment letter. My bosses told me that they are expecting my promotion letter very soon. And just in the span of 10 days, I was told that, we have to shut down the entire customer service team.
Hmm.
And that's where, Anupama ji, I realized the biggest mistakes what I did when it came to a financial security. I had
Mm-hmm.
even I had no money left in my bank balance, and I'll be
Oh.
very open about it. And that one lesson has taught me to drive this mission. And from there, I never looked back, and I always wish that every woman should have that financial stability. And I think one of the thing is we are uh, you know build up in such a way that there are so many beliefs in us that we don't have a courage to take that one step. But the moment you
Hmm.
start taking that one courage, things
Very
will
true.
automatically change in your life. And I'm super glad to say this, that back then my bank balance was zero, and I have overcome all of this today. So I feel proud of myself. In I can do it, other women out, they can also do it. Yes.
Yeah, super awesome. I mean, you are like a role model for the kind of people that I'm trying to touch base with. So
Yes.
very good. You took that initiative, even if it was a challenge which pushed you towards it, but it is awesome. So wish
Thank
you all
you.
the best. I'm sure you'll continue to do very well.
Thank you so much. Thank you once again.
Thanks.